Are you tired of second guessing every single decision? Do you know that you want to start improving your mental health, but you're not 100% sure where to start? Hiya, I'm Ellie. I am an empowerment and lifestyle coach, and I help people live vibrantly, no matter what that means to them. Improving our mental health is often the bedrock of being able to go off and do the things that we want to do. And so I help clients with this all the time. And one of my top tips is to stop asking other people for permission. Okay, we're gonna get into it. So, what do I mean by this? Let me talk about the why we ask other people permission. It's so often because we don't trust ourselves. Like, really, when we get down to it, that is what's showing up and that is what is happening. We can truss it up in a million different ways, but in effect, it's because we don't trust a decision or something that we're doing. We don't trust ourselves to have our own best interests at heart. And if that sounds harsh, I get it, but go with me, okay? So asking permission is different from asking for advice or asking for support. When we ask for advice or support, it's often, especially with advice, we don't really know the answer and we need help to get there. You know, we understand the principles of what's going on, but what to do is kind of eluding us, okay? When we're asking for support, we're asking for a very specific thing that we know that we need and that is in some ways easier to ask for. So we know what we need and we're trusting it. That's support. Advice is when we're not 100% sure what the answer is, what the solution is. And it feels a little more neutral, it feels a little more strategic. When we ask for permission, we already kind of know the answer, but we don't like it. We think it's wrong, we think it's bad, we think it goes against the grain. Whatever it is, there's something in us that a part of us is telling us this is what we want to do, but there's a part that is overruling it and it's creating conflict. And in all honesty, that conflict is exhausting. You know what it feels like to have an argument with people. It's tiring. Nobody wants that. And this constant dialogue of no, I'm not sure. And you know what it feels like. You know that wave indecision when you're there, but you're not there, but you think maybe you should and maybe you shouldn't, and you weigh everything up and blah, blah, blah. And then you call your best Judy and they help you get to there. You're really seeking permission from other people. You're looking for other people to validate your decision-making process because you don't trust your decision-making process. Why that's the case? Multiple reasons, too much for this video. I will make other videos on that, trust me. But that's where it's coming from. You are looking for other people to validate your decision-making process because you don't trust yourself, okay? So that's the why we ask other people for permission. And you can see why that's problematic. We need to trust ourselves. Like, you don't need me explaining that to you, okay? So you get why it's problematic when we seek permission from other people. Comment below with your takeaway. When do you seek permission from other people? Tell me what's coming up. I'd love to hear from you. So that's the why. Why do we seek permission? The when is really cool. When do people tend to ask for permission? This is when things can feel hard because it's very rarely you ask people for permission by like raising your hand and being like, hey, please give me permission. Like, you're an adult, you're grown up, you're smart. If you found me, like, you're an intelligent human being. So it's not as often as explicit as that, like raise the hand, please me. It's often a lot more subtle. But when it tends to show up is in these moments of doubt, when you're already tired, you're already a bit confused, things feel hard. When things feel easy, when things are in flow, you know what you need to do. You give yourself that permission to do it. But when things feel heavy and hard, like now, we second guess it as well. And several reasons, again, a lot of science, but our nervous systems come into play here, and it gives us that little bit of doubt, that little bit of second guessing. So when we tend to do it is when times are hard, when we're already struggling a little bit and our brains and minds are fatigued. And if you're anything like that, anything like me and my clients, it happens quite often. The things that I see most people asking for permission for the most is permission to say yes. In my personal life, I'm the friend that people call up when they want permission to say yes to something they feel is extravagant or too much or silly or ridiculous. You call me up, I will help you get to a yes, or I'll help you get to a no. But people want that permission because it feels a bit uncomfortable. They know that they want to do it, but they don't. People also are always asking for permission just to be themselves. That's why we graduate towards groups that have shared values, because there's an implicit permission to be who you are within those groups, and then we kind of hide ourselves off at other times. The other thing I hear so much of is permission just to rest and recharge. And we're here, we're hustling away, we're busy, we love it, we feel so powerful when we're exhausted because we use it as a badge of honor. And it's really hard to stop because it feels like we're transgressing something in society that we're not supposed to do, because we're supposed to be here and hustle and work really hard, and that's how we know we're impressive. These tend to be when people ask for permission, and there's a lot of other ones too, but these are things that I consistently see. Like, people need help, they ask for permission, often from me, which I don't give because they need to come at it themselves, but they ask for permission pretty often for these things. Comment below if you know that you do this, and if you don't, comment below and tell me what you thought of this. If you're enjoying this video, let me know, comment below, subscribe. I love to hear from you guys. So we're not asking for permission. We spot it when we do it. We know that we don't want to ask other people for permission. So what do? Great question. We give ourselves permission. I think you probably could have got there by everything I was saying before then, but just to be explicit, we give ourselves permission. And this is hard. So it gets to be hard, it gets to be complicated, it gets to feel a little uncomfortable, okay? Don't beat yourself up if by me saying that, you're like, ooh, I don't know how to do that. We're gonna get there. So give yourself permission. Two major things. One is know how it feels when you actually give yourself permission. Those easy yeses, those easy nos. Tap into them and get curious. How does it feel in your body? What's your mind saying? You know, what's your gut, your intuition saying? Listen to those things, listen to those information sources, and start to understand, like, this is how it feels when it's an easy decision for me, when I'm not seeking permission from others. And you can use that to help you know how and what conditions are optimal for you to not seek permission from others, okay? Number two, start small and build up. This is a muscle like anything else. Don't do the hardest thing first. No, I don't want you to burn out your system. I care about you. Start small. Make those simpler decisions and just try giving yourself permission to do it. Try the easy route first and build up that tolerance, build up that muscle memory. Eventually, it's a whole bunch of easy yeses and easy nos. It's a whole bunch of, yeah, I know what I want to do here and I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm just me and that's great. I don't need to hide myself anymore. Start small and add it up. And I have a really great resource for this. You'll see a link in the comments, and it's called Your Permission Slips. This is something I use all the time when I'm struggling, and I often have my clients create these for themselves, and I've made them for you so that you can have the easiest way of practicing giving yourself permission. It's super fun, very printer friendly. Find them, download them, print them, use them, and tell me how you find them. So comment below on what you took away from this segment, how to give yourself the permission. We covered a lot. A real great thing for improving your mental health is giving yourself permission, because seeking it from others is exhausting. It's indicating that you're not trusting yourself. It's just blah. Nobody wants to live life that way. When does it happen? When times are hard. And it tends to be when you already know what you want to do, but you're struggling with that decision-making process and you want someone else to validate it. What to do instead, give yourself permission by understanding what an easy yes and easy no are for you, and also practicing. So reminder, print out your permission slips. The link will be in there. They're super fun, and have fun with them. That's everything for me today. Ellie out. I will chat with you guys soon. Comment below. And if you have any questions, DM me on IG at Ellie Higham Coaching, and let me know how you get on. All right, Chelsea's.